All right, looking at using graphs to write function rules and answer questions. So this first one right here on the left, we've got Tom's running speed. So miles is our y, hours would be our x. And so how, I guess I already wrote it there. And it's asking how fast is Tom running? Well, running is speed, so that would be miles over hours. So we just kind of follow this up and go until we can see. So the first hour, how far does he run? So it looks like he's running 4 miles in 1 hour. So Tom's speed would be 4 miles per hour. And so you're going to use this and kind of see where the terms, the x and the y are going to meet on the line. So you could also use this point up here. It's pretty easy to see that, okay, yes, at 1 it is 4 and at 2 it is 8. So this gives us his speed. Now to write a function rule, we're going to use that speed. So it says a function rule for the distance Tom runs over time. So the distance he runs is going to be our y value. So y is going to be equal to his speed times his hour. And if you notice, he's running 4 miles in 1 hour, so that's going to be his speed, or the coefficient. And the hours are going to be x. So if he runs 4 hours, or 4 miles per hour in 1 hour, he's going to run 4. In 2 hours, so now if x was 2, so if we said x is 2, the amount of hour, or the amount of distance he's going to run is going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. And if you look here on the graph, we see that's true. So this gives us the function rule that works for this graph. Okay, the other thing I just want to touch on here is how we graph function rules. So this time we don't have a graph, we have the function rule, and now we need to graph it. So 2 things to look at. One is going to be our b value. That's going to tell us where x intercepts the y-axis. So this first one, 2x minus 3. So there's a minus 3, so that's going to tell us it's going to pass through the y-axis, the vertical axis, at negative 3. And now the 2x, that's going to tell us it's going to go up 2 over 1. Each, for every unit we move to the right 1, we go up 2. So, and then now you can just connect those. Okay, another way you can plug in values, so you could say, okay, I know that when x is 0, we're going to have negative 3, and that's our intercept. The next would be, okay, now if x is 1, then we have 2 times 1, which is 2, minus 3 is negative 1. And so that's where we get our second point right down here from. Okay, so that's how you notice. Right here, this term in front of your x, if that is a positive number, your graph should be increasing. So you notice this one is increasing. It's, as you go from left to right, it is moving upwards. This next one, now we have a negative x, so that means it's going to be going down. And now it's plus 4, so when x is 0, it's going to give us our y-intercept. Let me change to blue. So it's going to pass through the y-axis at 4, positive 4. Now it goes down 1 over 1, or when x equals 1, we get a negative 1 plus 4 is positive 3. So there's our first point. Our next point is going to be when x is 2, so x is 2 now, y equals positive 2. So now we have our graph, are a couple points that we can draw a line connecting, and there's our graph for that one. So when looking, a couple things, note what is the value, is it positive or negative? If it's positive, it should be increasing like the red one here. If it is negative, it's going to be decreasing like the blue one here. And then our plus or minus value, that's going to tell us where it's going to cross the y-intercept, or the y-axis. So use those to determine what the graph should look like for the given function rule.